How's it going, everybody? This is Seer here. We have a strike spot video that just went live. I've not seen this yet. I wanted your reaction on this just to kind of see what's going on, because there's supposed to be some major information on this. So that means that something big's going to be announced on here. Let's go ahead and watch this together to see what is going on. This opening is amazing, by the way. I love it.
Greetings, Commanders.
It's the Path
My name
Daddy.
is Pathfinder, and I'm excited to share that starting today, we're going to be having a 3-part Strike Spot miniseries on the next age of Marvel Strike Force. We're going to have a video today, tomorrow, and Wednesday.
New Age, so it's going to be 4 videos. New Age, Strike Spot miniseries part 1. There should be 2, 3, then Age of ANNIHILUS. Cool. All right, so I'll be waking up early all week. Got it.
We're going to be answering questions on Discord, Reddit, and Facebook for all the things that you might have. And we'll wrap things up on Friday with a live stream with our general manager, Ryan Jacobson, where we're going to answer as many questions as possible.
Sorry to interrupt, but that ANNIHILUS looks amazing if that's the model we're getting, which it should be. That looks amazing. I'm hyped up for that.
From you. We'll also try to answer some questions live as well. We're going to repeat these things a few times throughout these videos just to make it clear, because there's a lot of information and you're not going to want to miss any of it. So strap in and let's kick off the next stage in Marvel Strike Force. All right, well, welcome everyone to this mini series that we're calling a New Age of MSF. We have back again RJ, General Manager of Marvel Strike Force. You've recognized him from our last time we did this, and we're back. We got a lot of things going on, and I wanted to ask first and foremost on how are you feeling about how things have been lately, last few months up to this point.
I think they've been great. I mean, of course, with the 7th year anniversary, I'm pretty excited that we're finally, putting that to rest, so to speak, or it's kind of the conclusion of that is happening right now. But overall, I was really happy with the anniversary. What we call our 9.0 release, right, was pretty action-packed in terms of a lot of new features going into the game, still a lot.
Except for the overpowered. I'm still not a fan of that overpowered. I think they just went too hard on it because they aren't taking into account the gear tier along with the overpowered and what could end up happening. If you look at, say, Thanos Endgame in Room 2 for Cosmic Crucible, for instance, that's 100% extra damage. The gear tier 20 punching into like a gear tier 19, that's a 75% boost right there. That's 175% damage. If Thanos Endgame has offense up on him as well, that's 225% damage you're taking when you end up pushing him. There's just a lot of calculations like that I don't think they're taking into account with that overpowered. So I hope they dial it back to about 35 to 25%. Somewhere in that range of that sweet spot, I think, is what needs to happen.
A lot more work for us to kind of get some of those things where we would like them to be, but I'm really excited for Command Center. Global milestone events have been great for us. So yeah, it's been a busy few months, I would say, and it's about to get a little bit busier, but overall I'm really happy with the direction and where we're going and everything that's going on inside of the game right now.
Awesome. Well, we talk about a new age coming to MSF, but we don't just mean the Age of ANNIHILUS. It kind of has a double meaning. Do you want to talk about what that double meaning is and how it's going to look?
Yeah, I think we spoke about it right in kind of one of the strike spots. I don't think, because we haven't really told the community what that age actually means yet. I think a lot of people are just like, yeah, they do ages all the time. This isn't really that exciting. I don't know why he's so excited about this new age. But I think we look back and we learned a lot from the Age of Apocalypse, right? I think there was a lot of things that the game did really well.
Yeah.
Some of the things that I think we learned from the community in terms of them not really loving being forced to kind of really power up specific teams to unlock legendaries.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue with the Age of Apocalypse is everybody across the board had the same roster. You couldn't really kind of make your roster your own. You had to make it what they want it to be. So them learning from that's definitely a good thing.
And then I would say, the Age of Mephisto kind of came and went and really didn't deliver the bang that I guess I was hoping for. And I think even with Age of X, we're learning some things that we could just do a little bit better job of and kind of creating the story arc, the narrative around the age, and just doing things differently. And I think this age, the Age of Annihilus, is gonna be pretty shocking to the community in terms of we're doing a pretty much a complete overhaul on the
Ooh,
way that the
nice.
game works and is going to kind of operate for the next year. And I think all of the things that we're about to talk about, in these next little few mini segments are really beneficial to all player types. And that's what we're really trying to achieve, is to make this game really fun and engaging again for everyone.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really great to hear.
I like it.
So, for the players that may or may not know who Annihilus is, can you give us a little bit of lore about him? How does he fit into Marvel Strike Force?
Yeah, for those who've never seen Annihilus, first and foremost,
Ooh,
he's a
ooh,
bad
ooh. He looks amazing. I love that design. I am very excited for this.
bad little dude. You know what I mean? I'm trying to not say a profanity here, but he's a rad looking villain. He is the kind of ruler of the negative zone. He uses the cosmic rod to kind of control all of the inhabitants inside of the negative zone. He's definitely ties very well into the Fantastic Four. I would say that. And there's a lot of hype going on.
Fantastic Four rework, hopefully. Now, if you guys aren't aware, Human Torch, he kind of got killed off holding these monsters back in the negative zone. So Human Torch played a very, very huge part in the Annihilus storyline in the comics. So I'm hoping we can get that Human Torch rework, get him onto a very cool team. That would be exciting. Maybe like a Future Foundation, something of that sort.
Right now around that group, and so we felt like it would be a great time to bring him into the game. There's also some other characters that play well and tie well into Annihilus that we will be using as kind of legendary characters throughout the year. So yeah, I'm really excited to bring him into the game, and again, I think he's one of those really super cool looking guys.
Yeah, I could not agree more. I've been doing a little bit of
So he did say future legendaries, plural. Now, we had like maybe 2 legendaries in the past year. So I'm hoping they kind of up the amount of legendary characters, because we had like an Old Man Logan for Professor X, then we had Shadow King, and that was kind of it for a 1-year period. Whereas before we had 3 legendaries for Mephisto, then 4 legendaries for Apocalypse. I think if they went back to the 4, like 1 every quarter, that's kind of the sweet spot for me, at least. Let me know what you guys think.
And tie well into Annihilus that we will be using as kind of legendary characters throughout the year. So yeah, I'm really excited to bring him into the game, and again, I think he's one of those really super cool looking guys.
Yeah, I could not agree more. I've been doing a little bit of reading as far as comic books go since learning about this announcement, and I would encourage anybody in the community, if you don't know who Annihilus is, definitely look him up. He is really a true bad guy in the Marvel Universe, if you know what I mean. You talk a little bit about what we've learned in previous ages, and I think for me specifically, the Age of Apocalypse comes to mind on what a true age was. I think some players will be a little leery of that. So my question here is, what is going to be different in a good way from the Age of Apocalypse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said a second ago, I think we learned a lot from the Age of Apocalypse. I think there were a lot of great things about that age, but then also when we looked back and kind of a lot of the mirror matches, kind of the teams that we were forcing, a lot of our users to build up that maybe they didn't necessarily want to. We don't want that, right? We want players to have more kind of choice and agency and what they can do inside of the game. And so I think learning from some of those past kind of mistakes, but also looking at how can we make this even better than the Age of Apocalypse, right? What could we do to make it really sing and really resonate with the community? And I think that's where we're gonna be making some pretty big changes, right? To the way that kind of the legendary characters are going to work, the way that the
Nice.
shops are going to work, the way that you're going to earn currencies for the shops.
Ooh,
There's just a massive overhaul that we are about to do to the game and, the next year, what we call an age, right? I feel like when we look back on this age, the age of Annihilus, we're also going to learn a lot and probably make some tweaks to the next age. But I think overall, this is the structure that I know the game really needs and kind of wants. And so I think a lot of players are going to be very excited when they kind of see this roll out.
Awesome. Well,
this is a whole new game. So structure in the chapters, the seasons, the stores, the legendaries, and the ages. This is a whole new game we're about to embark on together. I am so excited for this. This is what we needed.
I think that kind of leads us into the end of this first segment, at least. So, what are we going to talk about tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to start talking about legendary characters.
Ooh,
We're going to
yes.
go pretty deep into kind of how you're going to unlock that character, how you're going to power them up. And then we're going to go into some stuff around shops and currencies. There's a lot for us to talk about in the next couple of days, but I would say, for the overall, hopefully people start to get really excited about what we're about to do with the Age of Annihilus.
Thanks, Ryan. And as a reminder, this is video 1 in a 3-part mini-series about the new age in MSF. Today's video 1, and there's going to be another video tomorrow, and then a third and final video on Wednesday. We'll also have a Twitch stream on Friday. Just want to make sure that everyone is informed of what's going on throughout this week, as we are going to give you a lot of information. We're going to be answering a lot of questions on that stream on Friday, so don't miss it. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Yep. That was a lot of information to unpack. So changing the whole structure of the game, the Age of Annihilus is for real. Let me know what you guys think. I'm really excited for the direction that the game's going. I know like there's some unfavorable things with like what they did to season 14, removing those 2 rooms. I'm still bummed out about it. There's always room for growth, and they're definitely taking that stuff into account, which is why I'm really excited for what's to come for this game. I'm curious about the change on the legendaries, the stores, the currencies that he talked about there. Like I mentioned before, when they said there's going to be the chapters and seasons, they said that was kind of like something that was missed in the video when they officially announced it. So the fact that they are saying again how big of a change this is on the structure of the game, I think that's a good thing. We need change in this game for it to kind of evolve and grow. It's been around for 7 years to kind of have to change, evolve with the times. That kind of makes sense. But let me know what you guys think about this. This is a lot of information to unpack. I'm really curious about the future videos that we're going to be getting. And Annihilus looks amazing. That's going to be a pretty fun chase to get. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have one for the rest of the day.